defensive backs.
That's what made me so proud of our team, because our second group that went in there battled with them.
Yeah.
You know, our second offense and our second defense battled with them, and I was really proud of them. And I told them that also, and I told them, after practice today, I mean, our scout team has given us 3 good days this week. It's given us 3 solid weeks of practice, in preparation of these playoff games, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, people don't realize the importance, the extra importance of what those guys do. You always hear about the main players, but the scout teams at practice just don't get, they're almost like offensive linemen that never get credit.
Yeah, well, like the seniors, they went through it when they were sophomores. Everybody goes through it.
Right.
That's why the sophomore year in high school is the toughest year, because it's the first time you don't play with guys your own age. You're in the 7th grade, you play against 7th graders. 8th grade, you play against 8th graders. 9th grade, you play a freshman schedule. Well, now you're a sophomore, and you're playing against 18-year-old kids. And so that's the first time that you've gone into a game and not been on equal ground with everybody. So sophomore year of football is a tough year. And, sophomore year of basketball is a tough year, but there's no contact. You're not having physical contact with a senior. Wrestling, sophomore, freshman year, you're having physical contact. So if you're a wrestler and you're not starting, then that's tough. But that's why you go from 30 freshmen to 20 seniors.
Yeah.
And because everybody can't make it through that sophomore year.
At basketball, physical contact. Mike Mayo used to kill me at basketball practice. The picks he said.
Yeah. All right, I take it back. When Mike Mayo was on the varsity, then you have a tough year as a sophomore. Michael Mayo was a very good player for us, and he still holds records at VMI, defensive records, as far as interceptions and punt returns.
Well, getting to a little bit of Indian Valley, just looking at their stats, it looks like they got like 2 or 3 backs that carry the ball. I heard their quarterback got hurt, so they got another quarterback in there. It looks like they want to run the football. They had a couple guys. They have a freshman that has over almost 1,000 yards.
That's what makes them so good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they have outstanding players, but they have outstanding football team.
Mm-hmm.
They have team, and their kids, they get the ball to everybody. 7, 27, 22, 5, 10, 2, 4. 32. Those guys all get the football, and it's not they're just feeding one guy at you. They spread that ball around, and that's what makes them tough. You got to defend 11 guys when you play them.
Yeah, they and Billy's right. Week 10, their starting quarterback went down, and they actually rotate 2 quarterbacks too now. Colton Oakville one plays.
Well, they ran some wildcat before that. Even starting with the second game and the third game, they ran a little bit of wildcat. But right now, they play number 4 and number 7 at quarterback, and they do a really good job.
How do you? I guess you said it right at the end. You have to defend all 11 guys.
You got to defend them. You got to play a defense where you can defend the run, the pass, inside run, outside run. You have to be the key is for us to get lined up. With all the formations they show, we got to get lined up. That's the key. Alignment, assignment, adjustment. And defensively, if you can do those 3 things, if you can get lined up, know your assignment, and adjust the motion and flipping and flopping and that, then you at least have a chance to play good defense. But it's always the 3 A's that you learn in kindergarten, man. Get lined up, know your assignment, and be able to adjust to what they do.
And tackling their defense, it looks like their defense doesn't give up a lot of points. Just looking at their scores, they played a pretty good schedule. They played a common opponent that you have played in Dover. And Dover's a tough team to gauge because they're a different Dover now. They run the football. So in the past, that's a tough one. People were saying, well, you played them. It really doesn't mean nothing because you can't get an idea of the game, turnovers and stuff like that. But looks like their defense was pretty solid against Columbus Ready.
Their team's solid, period.
Yeah.
They beat a team that beat St. Clairsville, and I have a lot of respect for St. Clairsville, and Bishop Reedy beat them, and then got beat by Indian Valley. So it's all about right now. It comes down to us. It comes down to us. We got to worry about us right now, and play our game, and play who's ever on that other side of the field, whatever uniforms they have on. We got to be ready to play, and play for 48 minutes. With all we have, and if we come up short of that then we don't deserve to win. We got to play as hard as we can play every play.
You know, just Saturday. You have anything? I wanted to ask you this. You're leaving at 4:00.
We're leaving at 4:00,
Okay.
about 4:10 maybe.
Is there anything special that going on in the
No,
morning?
we come in for our pregame meal. They have to be here between 2:30 and 3:00. We'll pack. We'll meet as an offense, and defense, special teams, and a team, and we'll get on the bus and just bring our heart and soul with us, pack it in our bag, and make sure that our heart and soul is in that bag when we leave.
It has been nice though, because the last couple of years you've had nice trips. New Philly, St. Clairsville, not long trips. Like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour trip. That's got to help a little bit because it's kind of close to home. And our fans travel no matter where. We could play in Alaska, and Steubenville Big Red fans are going to go. You're going to have at least 3,000, 4,000 people there.
I just hope that I hope we're there. That's what I hope right now. We're there, and I know the fans will be there. I just hope we're there. And we got to be there mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, nothing great happens without enthusiasm. So we got to bring that with us also.
I'm sure we'll have another nice crowd, and the kids will be ready. I'm not sure how we're going to go. How long are we going to go, Dan?
You can go. You can
Yeah.
stop whatever you want.
Now, just speaking a little bit about Indian Valley, the freshman tailback, did he play both freshman football and and varsity football?
No, I saw early in the year.
Yeah.
He was there in the opener.
Yeah.
And he plays offense and defense. He's a tough kid, 27. I mean, they're good, tough kids, and they bring in 18 once in a while to play fullback, and they use about 3 or 4 different receivers, but 2017 goes out now, as a wide out with 22 in the backfield. And so we really can't be concerned with numbers.
Yeah.
We just got to be concerned with who's lined up and where they're lined up, and get lined up with that because their numbers are all over the place. And that's just how it is right now. We don't, we usually have scout numbers on players, but we don't this week. Just get lined up and know that if that guy's a split end, he can go for a pass. If that guy's a flanker, tight end, 2 tight ends, fullback, 2 backs in the backfield, who's 1 and who's 2, and let's be ready for anything in the air. And our goals haven't changed. Our goal and our goal is to stop the run, tackle the pass. When you get to this level, you're not going to stop everything somebody does, but we want to stop the run and tackle the pass because they will complete passes. They had a good flat and perimeter game throwing the ball against Dover, and so we have to be ready for the flat and the defense. And then they have pump and goes. They've hit a couple deep shots, and so they make you defend the field and just read your keys, play football, be sound, and stop the run and tackle the pass.
All right, Coach. Defensive wise, what type of defensive schemes
Are we good?
No.
Are
do
they?
they bring at you?
They run some odd and some even. More odd than even, but you got to be ready for both. And they do a really good job with their slant game and their angle game and their auto game. So we got to be able to block all 3 of those, and we got to be able to pass protect all 3 of those. So it'll be 54, 52, and 50. 63 plays defense some. 18's their middle linebacker, and 22 and 24 linebacker. So they have about 4 or 5 guys that go both ways, and we just have to be ready to play 48 minutes of football, and it wouldn't matter who we're playing. It's just we're playing a very well coached Indian Valley team. But no matter who you're playing, you got to get lined up. You got to do your alignment, your assignment, your adjustment, and football's not going to change. Whoever tackles the best and blocks the best is going to win the game.
The reason I brought that up as a freshman, some guy asked me today, has Steubenville Big Red ever had a freshman that played varsity football?
I can think of 2, and they didn't play until the playoffs for somebody was hurt. Nate Johnson was on the kickoff team when he was a freshman, and Jalen McGee, I believe, were the 2. They were both on kickoff teams and on special teams. Those are the two that I recall that played for
Hey,
me.
JoJo.
Who's JoJo?
Yeah.
Not as a freshman, I don't think.
No, I think not in football. I think baseball he did, not in football. I was wondering that.
We never had.
Somebody asked me that
We
question.
might have got freshmen in the games
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but I'm talking about a player.
Well, okay,
We
yeah.
never had a regular season freshman player, but we've had some come through and help in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a good question, bro.
I think that I think it was Jalen. It was number 5. I know
Yeah,
that.
it was Jalen.
It was
Yeah.
okay. He came in
Right.
and helped us on special teams, and I know Dave Johnson did as a freshman.
Yeah, Nate Johnson was on I love
That was in '90.
Yeah.
Nate Johnson was in '91. 91 he came in, and Jalen McGee was in 2010 or 11, something like that.
Well, the question I asked you last night before we didn't do it is, it's kind of, I know you got to scout 2 games. You know, because they're telling you if one team wins, you're going there. If this team wins, you're going
Well,
here.
really, it's 4 teams.
Yeah.
14, you got to scout
So
14.
yeah, we got to scout 2 games, but we got to scout Glenville and who they're playing, and West Branch and who they're playing, and now it's changed a little bit. So we don't have to scout Glenville and who they're playing right
Yeah.
now. We got to scout West Branch and who they're playing, and Wyoming and who they're playing. But at the same time, we got to worry about who we're playing.
Right, yeah.
So our freshmen and junior high coaches will take care of the scouting, and we just got to take care of the game Friday night.
But that's a good problem to have, 4th week of the playoffs, though.
Yeah,
That's a good problem to
It's a
have.
good problem to have, and I hope we continue to have that problem. But right now the varsity coaches got to worry about Indian Valley.
Coach, and I want to give kudos once again to your scout system. To me is amazing.
They do a good job, man. They do a good
job.
job for us. I mean, they do a good job for us, and I'm sure that Indian Valley has the same type of scouting on us as we have on them, and but it's going to come down to it's coming down to heart, not just of the players. I mean, I better have my heart there. I better have my enthusiasm. I better have their enthusiasm. It got to come from the coaches, the players, the fans. If Big Red Nation wants to win, then they got to help us win. If the football team wants to win, then they got to do their job. If we want to win, we got to do our job. So everybody has a job to do. And if everybody does their job, we'll at least have an opportunity in the 4th quarter to win the game.
40 years you've been doing it, you still get butterflies on Saturday?
I'm ready to go right now.
I know you're. That was just a question.
But it's easy to get ready to go when you're going to get hit.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I'm not going to get hit.
I'm saying as a coach, have you learned that it's just
No.
or is it the same feeling from the first time?
I think as a coach, you never feel like you're ready.
Yeah.
You always got another thing to do. Let's just watch this. Let's watch that. Like I asked Todd, you want me to watch something? I think that was as soon as you relax, that's when you get smacked.
Yeah.
And so you just relax on Sunday and Monday, and work the rest of the week.
We hope you're working after this Saturday.
Oh, me too. Me
I hope
too.
we're doing
Me
this
too.
interview Wednesday. I like his place. I think we should do it here next Wednesday.
I like it here.
Well, that's your probably your.
He's like,
Yeah, but I can't eat.
Oh,
I'm hungry.
He's hungry. You get food.
You guys
Jay.
ate. He ate all
I
day.
didn't eat. I didn't eat.
we gotta get a sponsor to bring some food.
Yeah.
Anybody want to sponsor this?
There you go.
There you go, folks. Anybody out there?
I appreciate you guys having us, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I say this every year. Thank you, for making life a little bit more pleasant. I look forward to this every single year. I can't wait. Like I say, it's the fastest 10 weeks and hopefully the fastest 16 weeks.
I think it's just a good group of kids. These kids, they've done well in all sports. Even the juniors, the sophomores, they've all had a little success in other sports. And you guys are just carrying. I think you're on a roll right now, and then you just got to get one
On
more.
Monday, our other sport kids go to their practice on Mondays and
Yeah.
Fridays. But,
Yeah.
they stay here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
That's a good thing if you're doing that, though. That's the way that's the way to go.
And also,
I think at a school like this,
Yeah.
when you're at a Division IV school, you got to have all your players play 2 sports. We don't have them all, but I know we got more than 50 kids on our team playing more than one sport, and That's important. You know,
Yeah.
Football doesn't have to be your favorite sport, but come out and play the game if you like to compete. Doesn't have to be your favorite. You know, basketball can be your favorite, or baseball can be your favorite sport. But I think there's a lot of kids that can play more than multiple sports in high school, and I think they'll really appreciate it. Like both of you guys played basketball and baseball, so you don't have to. One sport, I keep telling everybody this. It was either in 2018 or 2019. I'm not sure what year it was. Of the first 64 players taken in the draft in the NFL, of the first 64, 57 of them played multiple sports in high school. So you don't have to be a guy that goes to this camp and that camp and plays one sport. That isn't necessary anymore. Diamonds are where you find them, and if you're a diamond, they're going to find you. And just sports, just competing. You can lift weights, but I'd rather somebody compete. Okay, lifting weights will get you ready, help you not get injured and things of that nature. But competing helps you more than anything.
Speaking of multi-sport athletes from here, gonna wish Zach Dolores good luck. Congratulations on another fine year, and good luck Sunday night.
He'll be ready. He's a winner, and he's a winner. He's a winner. He's the best quarterback in the history of the Ohio Valley. I argue that with anybody. He won 2 high school state championships. He won a championship at Cincinnati. He won a championship, and nobody's won like Zach. And you can say this guy did that, this guy did that, but he won. He was on a team that won back-to-back state championships. Look what he did at Cincinnati. Look what he's doing now, and he's the best quarterback in the history of the Valley, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I would be Paul's listening in. I'll congratulate Paul. I haven't talked to Hoof. I know you were asking me about it. He's listening in. So it was great that he got his job for Kansas City.
Bench coach for Kansas City. Yeah. And you asked me about it one time, if he would have played football, if he'd have been the quarterback. And I said, Paul would have been a great backup quarterback.
He's listening.
But he could have been a really good player on defense. But congratulations, Paul. Love you, man.
Congratulations, Mr. Hoover.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's it would have been nice.
He's the second best Hoover too, because Monty got him beat. Monty got him beat in basketball and baseball.
Well, he's in a pretty good spot right now. So,
also congratulations. We were missing. I forgot. Najee Murray, a great year in Montreal. Fortunately,
Najee Murray was involved, as far as I'm concerned, in the 40 years that I've been coaching. He was involved in the worst 2 calls in the history of football. Against Mooney when they called him for unnecessary roughness on making a tackle on 2 of 3 plays. They got 30 yards in penalties, and then they kicked a field goal with less than a minute to go in the game, and beat us. And I'm not crying about getting beat. We've had our butt kicked, but that game came down to 2 bad calls.
I remember saying that penalty was called for hitting too hard.
Unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, but hitting too hard.
He didn't lead with his head, nothing like that. But
it wasn't late. It was a clean hit.
It was a clean hit, and we didn't get a chance to beat Mooney that often in those days. I think the only other time we beat them might have been in 2008, and the other times they smacked us around a little bit. But that was a great opportunity that we had, and. Sorry, man. But if I had a better phone, that phone wouldn't have rang. But somebody I know, I had to sell my car to get a phone. That's how much they charge.
That's what it's like.
Thank Mr. Salson, man. He's been a great supporter of Big Red Football. I know he sponsors this show, and we really appreciate him. His son was a really, really good football player for us. And his daughter cheered hard for us. So the Saltzman's family always be close to us. Plus, he put our bathroom in for free at the field house, not my house, at the field house.
They do a lot.
They
do a lot of work for the city.
So we got to get AT&T to do something now.
They're the main sponsor.
Just
right?
pay our phone bills, guys.
Can I go home and eat now?
Yeah, it's
Yes, sir.
Thanks, man.
Folks, that's going to wrap it up. I want to say once again, thank you, Coach Reno Stockots, for stopping by, taking time out of this busy schedule. Join us Saturday night from St. Clairsville, Ohio, where the Steamboat Big Red will take on the Indian Valley Braves in the Region 15 Championship. Tonight's show brought to you by Fort Stuber Maintenance, folks. Have a good evening and tune in Saturday night.
Thanks, guys. Hope we'll see you next week.
Go, Phil.
All right.